Are you watching all these project management videos but finding them totally inapplicable to your small IT project with 5, maybe 10 team members? And I get it, I would have never finished a single project throughout my 12-year career in the IT industry if I had to listen to this common, overly theoretical advice on project management. So in this video I'm going to show you what really matters to finish your small IT project successfully and without stress. And we start with challenge number 1. Have you ever felt like you are juggling 5 different roles at once? You start your day as a project manager, but by lunchtime you are also a Scrum Master, a business analyst, and even a QA tester. Sounds familiar? Yes, this is the reality of managing small IT projects. But what's the real problem here? You see, with so many responsibilities, actual project management takes a backseat. Again, you're wearing too many hats, but there is one hat that is heavier than the rest. Just like you, once I managed small projects, and one evening I was reflecting on what I had done during the day. I met with the team about new feature, then wrote down their questions for the customers. We then met with the customer about the same feature, and later I put all the details in the user stories, and that's the end of the day. Many project managers do this without realizing it. They spend 80% of their time collecting requirements. Many project managers do this without realizing it. They spend 80% of their time collecting requirements. And only 20% goes to project management, which is in most cases all about Scrum. Think about it. You can spend 5 years leading such projects, but essentially you'll gain only 6 or 12 months of real project management experience. And now it's not surprising that so many project managers report feeling stagnant in their careers and professional development. So, what can you do about it? First of all, always advocate for a business analyst. If feasible, push for a dedicated BA to handle documentation and stakeholder communication more efficiently. The selling point is that this business analyst and you can handle multiple projects simultaneously, but only if you separate your responsibilities. However, by focusing on your zones of genius will also help you both do a better job. Second, you can also start delegating business analysis and writing requirements. Start with your QA engineers, for example. They have all the required skills to write the first draft of acceptance criteria for user stories. Third, stop being a bottleneck yourself. Create templates and educate stakeholders to write the first drafts of user stories instead of relying solely on meetings and talking. And if that fails, you must use AI. Let your stakeholders talk about requirements as they want. But then take the transcriptions of their conversation, feed it into AI tool and let it summarize the requirements. By the way, very soon I'm going to host my exclusive workshop, The Power of Project Tailoring. It is designed to help you deliver projects successfully, gain confidence, and become go-to expert in project management. So you must attend this workshop if you currently run small projects, because you will discover why staying for far too long on these small projects is a common career pitfall. The workshop is totally free, the link is in the description. Let's move on to challenge number 2. Let me ask you a question. So you run a small IT project, but do you have a plan for it? For example, you start the week with a clear plan for work, but by Wednesday half of your priorities have already shifted, and your team is scrambling to keep up with all the changes. Moreover, you are drowning in a flood of new requirements, each demanding immediate analysis and estimates. Does this sound familiar to you? I once worked on similar projects where clients would throw in new ideas almost every day, expecting immediate estimates and all the alternative plans that we can take. And at first we tried to keep up responding to each request as it came. But soon our backlog became this unmanageable mess, and deadlines started to slip. Morale dropped, and so did our overall efficiency. And we ended up developing new features for 9 months without a single release. After that, instead of reacting to every new request, we implemented structured release cycles with specific goals. And this gave us a framework to filter out new ideas based on the release goals. As a result, customers began to submit ideas for future releases well in advance. So we were well prepared to handle the upcoming work. Also, this release planning provided clients with a different mindset. So instead of saying no to great ideas and discarding them, we categorized ideas into the upcoming releases. And this allowed stakeholders to evaluate each release based on the business value. When everything is a priority, nothing is. And by structuring how you handle these incoming requests, you shift from firefighting mode here and now to strategic execution of the plan. And this leads us to challenge number 3. Scrum is a well-defined framework. It gives you clear roles, events, and artifacts. Most people believe Scrum is enough to lead a small IT project, but that might be the biggest myth in the industry that leads to project failure. But again, I get it, every IT company uses Scrum or Kanban, so it's very easy to believe it's a proven solution. But if that were true, then Scrum Masters would take over the industry, and project managers would become extinct. And we both know that's not the case. In fact, if you keep holding to this belief, you could actually end up as an expert of leading small, unimportant projects in bulk. But you know how you can actually lead small projects successfully and rapidly develop proper project management skills. And it's all about tailoring your project. Again, you see, Scrum doesn't tell you how to handle stakeholder engagement beyond the product owner, how to deal with risk management, especially in IT projects, what to do when dependencies outside of your team slow you down, how to scale Scrum when your small team has to juggle multiple priorities. It forces you to take concepts, tools, and processes from project management, but they don't work as effectively as with Scrum, so you need to tailor them to the needs of your project. So let me ask you again, do you really want to keep thinking that an agile framework is enough for you and for your project, and keep struggling with it? Or do you want to become a world-class project manager and lead them with confidence? If you are like me and you want to learn to tailor your projects, get on the priority list for the Power of Project Tailoring workshop. In 3 sessions, I'll provide you with practical tools and ideas to help you deliver projects successfully. The link is in the description. And if you are interested in mastering a proven project management approach, I have a full tutorial for you. Click this video now and I'll walk you through a tailored and proven project management approach.